Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for tuning in today and welcome to the exciting virtual talk about the inside and out transformation. I look forward to each Tuesday of the week as I know that there will be another knowledge and experiences that will be shared and imparted to us by the expert in their fields. I am excited to present to you one of the amazing women in the region. She is a certified NLP coach, a master NLP practitioner, and transactional analysis practitioner. She is the founder of the programs Renew You, Raising Emotionally Intelligent Children, and the recent one is Let Us Excel Together. She designed corporate programs, conducts several workshops, coaching program, and TV talks in the UAE. She has been shortlisted as finalist in the International NLP Awards among 12 others around the world. On the professional side, she has 15 years experience in quality and excellence and currently holds the title of Business Excellence Expert. NADA's mission is to promote excellence, tolerance, and acceptance for people of all faith, cultures, and lifestyle, and demonstrate love and empathy to the community at large, bringing powerful and positive change on the small and large scale. She worked on many empowerment programs, facilitated many courses, workshops, and TV talks in the area of coaching, youth empowerment, and anti-bullying and emotional intelligence. Please join me in welcoming Nada El Ghazzar. Thank you, Nada, for being with us today.
Thank you so much for this amazing introduction, and I'm really happy to be with you guys today, and it's really amazing, and I look forward to all your questions and any kind of inquiries further on. I'm very happy to answer them. I'll share my screen, Cardella.
Yes, please, you can.
Okay. Can you see it now?
Yeah, we can.
Okay. So as Cardella mentioned, I work on many areas in quality and business excellence, in empowerment programs, and communication skills, women empowerment, kids teen aging, and coaching sessions. On the professional side, I'm a business excellence expert. I wanted to share with you today my story of transformation through the power of NLP, and how I have really used NLP in my career and in my personal life in order to rewire my whole programming and look into my belief system. First of all, I want to introduce what is exactly NLP. Is neuro-linguistic programming, and it is really long time has been used all over the world, and now so many coaches and believe in NLP and use it in so many areas. NLP is mainly neuro. Neuro is our rewiring all our neurological system, our communication. Linguistic is the talks. It's exactly how we speak. So our language is reflecting our programs. Our programs are reflecting our whole neurological system. So imagine if you have a certain program that you are adopting. Programs means everything that we have witnessed throughout our childhood, throughout our adult life, school, in university, with our friends. So certain programs, everyone has his own program. How can we evaluate these programs? How can we look into them? This is exactly what we're gonna speak about in NLP. It's mainly looking into frames. How are we framed? Our thinking styles, our thoughts, modalities and submodalities, subconscious mind. Modalities is exactly, for example, if I'm telling you like, look at this picture, change the color of the picture. It looks at images and thoughts. So it's really looking so much into images. Every subconscious mind of ours has certain images. Are these images serving us or not? This is what we need to understand and need to evaluate. It looks at our values. Are our values really helping us, or maybe some of them we need to change and prioritize. Especially in Corona, we have seen that our values, family values, for example, health values, are now becoming priority number one. Maybe before we hadn't have these kind of values at the top. So it looks always on evaluating our values and looking at them. Strategies, reframing. How can you reframe your mind? Every thought in our mind can be reframed easily, and this is what we are working on in NLP. Something is called timeline therapy. Timeline is looking into your past and making sure to observe all the feedback and learning that you have got from the past. So timeline therapy is very, very important in NLP. Hypnosis is a much stronger level of getting into the root cause analysis of so many images and experiences that you have had in the past. Someone is joining us, Catalina.
Yeah.
Hi, Catalina. Welcome. Okay, what is exactly working on with NLP? It is how you can manage your own emotional state. Now, people get dwelled into a lot of frustrations, into a lot of emotional stress. How can we make sure that we're managing our own emotional state and reflecting this with the thoughts and learning of NLP? The presuppositions, I will tell you some of the concepts that we can really speak about more and more. So many presuppositions, the concepts of NLP that we live our life with. Building rapport, everyone needs to build rapport with the others. Rapport is the quality of relationships. I don't mind if I'm having many friends, but I'm not having rapport with them. Rapport is how much I am close to them. Outcome-oriented thinking, blaming versus outcome. Am I blaming in the past or looking into the future, into my outcome? Feedback, the beauty of NLP that it gets us with the feedback. We always reflect all the time on every communication and every action that we're doing. Flexibility, it increases definitely the flexibility of the persons, understanding some of the key concepts that I will speak about now. My own story, which I'm gonna show you here in the visual of where I started. I took an action in 2018 after having the NLP, and I conducted during International Coaching Week a women empowerment workshop, which I believe to share stories. And at that time, I didn't really know more about NLP, and I haven't had the chance to get to know more about the belief system and subconscious mind. Later on, I have conducted other workshops, and it was really, for me, mind-provoking to learn exactly the concepts of NLP and start anti-bullying campaigns with it. This was happening in 2018 when I have designed something called Bullying Prevention Kit. I found that bullying and empathy and having emotional intelligence towards others is one of my top values. So how can I really put this into action? So I designed the Bullying Prevention Kit, and I was having the honor to be interviewed on Dubai TV at that time, where I started to present the concept of empathy and tolerance towards others. I will also explain how this NLP gives us this power of tolerance and understanding others. I have designed a lot of even corporate workshops to my corporate colleagues to do a lot of, understanding each other, because we can see many corporates, people sometimes struggle in managing their own states and working with others. I've done a lot of workshops with the kids for the youth, and as you see, I've gone also through NLP with kids, with teenagers at the age of 13 years old, where I have introduced something called Tolerance Workshop. And this is for the teenagers to give a pledge that they don't bully each other and they don't do a lot of, violence to each other. And it was really an amazing experience with teenagers, and then I was shortlisted as NLP International Awards. So this is exactly how NLP, and I will go through how it changed me to adopt some of the concepts that I can talk to you about it now. First of all, understanding that the subconscious mind is 90% of our communication. It was an amazing moment to understand that this is really, everything is happening in our subconscious mind. We only operate with 10% conscious mind, which is our analytical mind. Everything, emotions, feelings, memory, creativity, intuition, everything is happening in our subconscious mind. So this was the first thing that I really focused on when I spoke about NLP and learned it. It's more of how you control the thoughts inside your mind. We have so many thoughts coming and going in our daily life, but are we analyzing these thoughts? Are we stopping and making sure that they are not getting us frustrated, and the pattern we are in the thought, is it really serving us or not? So this was one of the main realizations of NLP. The growth versus the fixed mindset. Many people, like, they are very stubborn in their beliefs, and they're having like black or white style of thinking. But adopting a growth mindset and making sure that you're learning all the time from your experiences, having to do things in a different way, having to tell yourself that it's never a failure, it's always a feedback, it's always that I'm learning from my experiences. This is one of the another realizations of NLP that has helped me a lot to realize that I have some fixed beliefs that I'm adopting, and I need to change them into growth mindset belief. One of the main concepts that NLP is following is the map is not the territory. And this means that we all have different models of the world in our heads. Speaking about this picture, if you tell me how do you see Dubai is one of the pictures, everyone has map. Maybe we can hear from Cardella. What do you see? How can you see Dubai in your head, Cardella? When I say Dubai, what is the kind of image that you're having in your head?
I can still see Dubai 30 years ago. That's all in my mind.
Okay. Now, do you see it more of a towers, or more of a beauty of the the nature, or I mean, what kind of image always comes to you when you speak about Dubai?
Well, at least, yeah. This time, yes, it's the building and all the beautiful malls around.
Okay. Okay. So every map, everyone is telling his own map. Everyone is speaking about his own map. They are all they give the right message, but with different mindsets and different styles and different perceptions. So this is another very important realization. It's called the map is not the territory, which means that you're speaking from your map. I'm speaking from my map. Is this map the reality, or does it represent the reality? No, it is only speaking from your own map. So this promoted a lot of acceptance to other maps, to other experiences, to other perceptions. And it's really a very big concept of NLP as well. Another thing that I have really adopted too much, and focusing on the body language. The body language is 55% of our communication. Only 7% is words, 38% is tonality and voice. So assuming your voice is not heard, is not loud enough to speak about your thoughts, not able to control or realizing the power, the volume, the pitch, and every single beauty of your voice is another thing that I've learned in NLP. How can we control our voice to make it more effective with others? Our body language needs to be congruent with what we're thinking. I cannot tell you today I'm happy while I'm frowning, or I look very sad, So my words need to be in alignment with my body language. This is very important, and really I'm very much working on the body language, and how I can really, what I'm saying is reflecting on my body language. If I'm saying good morning in a bad face, I cannot say that today I'm having a good day, So it all reflects in our eyes, it all reflects in our hands, the way our body talks so much about us, and it's 55% of our communication. So realizing how effective the body language is very, very important realization in NLP. And we work so much on the coaching part, on the body language, understanding people and silence and how much they are really reflecting what they are saying. The frames, which I spoke in the beginning of the presentation, is which frame are you putting yourself in? Are you putting yourself in the blame frame, which is always dwelling on the past, or the outcome frame, speaking about the future? The feedback frame, are you always saying, I failed in this and that, or are you getting feedback from every experience that you're having? The process frame is exactly like the outcome, but it works on questions, asking yourself how rather than why this happened, or how can I do it better in the future? And it's really good also to adopt it with your kids. All the time we're seeing kids coming and having these issues, and how can we tell them, how can you do it in the future, rather than saying, why did you do that, for example. The possibilities rather than limitations, and Corona is number one example I can give here. Are we speaking about the limitations? So many limitations in COVID, as you have seen. But again, there is a lot of possibilities as well that we can speak about when it comes to COVID and lockdown. The as-is frame is the power of imagination, and it's worth so much in a very good way in NLP, visualizing yourself doing good things and presenting yourself on the stage, for example, speaking about powerful situations and putting yourself in a powerful state is visualization, the power of visualization. The limiting belief is another very important thing that we have looked in about the models and the belief system, the shoulds in your life. I should do that, I shouldn't do that. So how many shoulds we have, and how many things that we can look at and make sure that they are serving us or not. Most importantly, for example, speaking about limiting beliefs, because I didn't have a good education, I can't get the career I want, or because I have less experience than others, I can't win enough clients. Here about the 10 self-limiting beliefs: I'm too old, I'm not smart enough, I'm not educated enough, I'm afraid of trying and failing, you have to have money to make money, I've already tried everything, and I can see you laughing, guys. Yeah. It's selfish of me to want more. I don't feel that I really deserve it. I don't have the willpower, and all the good ones are taken. I'm sure that like many people dwell into these 3 limiting beliefs. And 1 or 2 of them are really common. Yani, the most popular one that I've seen people are speaking about is, I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough. So are these beliefs serving us? Are they really working to get us advanced in our careers or in our life? I don't think. If we are adopting such mindset, and people are always adopting that I'm too old, people are starting to do everything at 70 years. I can see so many people like learning and getting PhD even at 70 years. Cordella saying yes. Here, and Mahatma Gandhi had said an amazing quote about, our beliefs become our thoughts become our words become our actions become our habits become our values, and our values become our destiny. So it's really starts with the thoughts. The thoughts comes to the words and actions, and we form habits. This is representing our values, and we are shaping our destiny by our thoughts. It all starts in the subconscious mind with the 90% of our mind. And it's all thoughts of the habits we are forming with our thoughts. So this was a very important moment as well in NLP to realize that how much thoughts affect our destiny. It all starts with one thought, like one of these limiting beliefs that you can work on these beliefs. You can free yourself from these, limiting beliefs and do wonders. It's just because you have one thought that you can change your destiny. And by the way, this is one of the programs. For example, I can see many people having one teacher told them something, or one person told them something in their past, or I'm not saying any bad words about teachers, but only mentioning examples about people in their lives that might say something that was not good enough for them, and they put this into all their life as a belief system that they work on. So any questions, anything that you want to share about the belief system? Any limiting beliefs that you find yourself somehow stopping you?
I too much believe, I'm too much examining about what you have said, because throughout my life story,
Yes.
till I recognize how important it is, the perception, and it's all about how we believe. I had many things in my life that I have experienced, such as when I was born with a shortage in my leg, but this was not told to me during the time. Then when I was 13 years old, I went to one doctor, and the doctor told me I got this shortage. And right after the doctor, I started shaking and I was not able to step. I said to my parents, keep me, I cannot walk anymore. And then the doctor said, what happened? You came here walking and, no problem. But till that moment, I was believing I have no problem. But then they told me this. And then same thing, the brain is taking all your data and making a file, and whatever you are with it, it becomes your reality.
Yes, very true.
After time, I had my hip prosthesis. I was thinking that I got shortage in my leg, and I insisted to the doctors. I said, I have got problem in my leg. I feel the shortage. The doctor said, Asli, it's impossible. We made a tailor stuff. 2 legs we put onto each other, and just like a tailor, we took the size, and 1 leg we did the same, another exact 1 millimeter. But the thing, whole my life, my brain had the coding of 3 centimeter missing. So when it was now without problem, it took me 3 years to believe that I don't have shortage. So being short, believing I am not short, and being normal, but feeling I am short. So brain is unbelievable.
Yes, very true, very true.
And also
Especially that subconscious one. Yes.
I have been long years fighting for some awareness that about hip dyslexia in most of the countries, especially, for example, in Turkey, in some parts. Funnily, they say that women who has hip dyslexia cannot have a child or cannot have a boy. Okay. Even boy, even they say gender. And I have hip dyslexia. I have hip bone prosthesis. I got kids, girls, boys, everything I got.
Wow.
So, yeah, but also it took me a while to have child, just because it was said, and I was hearing from people that I cannot have child. Although the doctor was saying I can. So right now I'm saying to people, whatever you hear is not your destiny. Yes. It is either somebody's sanskar, somebody's past, somebody's ancestors' experience, but not yours. And whatever is your shortage is just because you are measuring yourself with somebody else's ruler.
Yes.
Every that time,
exactly the program. Yes.
I am the most beautiful, most lucky, and tallest woman in the world. Just if I want to feel something, I look at the right direction. Okay?
Yes. Very well said. Yes, exactly. It's a program that we're putting ourselves in. It's how much we are looking into our programs and going into the past programs. My mother said, my father said, my ancestors said, my teacher said, but who I am, do I really believe in that or not? Even if it's said, like, we need to really evaluate all our belief system and where they came from. Sometimes it came from an experience that is no longer happening to us, or someone else's experience, as you said.
Because it is 0 to 7 where we only copy. That's why kids are always happy, because they don't learn. They just, they are like hypnotized. At this period of time, They just, and then you see all the problems, complexes, or things or challenges start
With
when
child. Yes.
right after 7 years you start
Yes.
school, and
Yes.
then you get the reactions of other people. So
Yes.
you're not ready to react properly.
Yes. Exactly.
So with the right NLP and right perception, you know, nobody can break you. So this is such an important science. NLP
Yes.
is the most important science and the new health.
Yes,
Mm.
يعني actually it's really empowering others to think and reevaluate their subconscious mind and belief system that they are having. Speaking about the presuppositions and how much important they are for us, and the concepts that I have adopted as well, turning me into having this kind of successes in my life, is more about the meaning of the communication is simply what you intend, but also the response you get. Many people, you can see them doing the same thing again and again and again, although it's not giving them the right message that they wanted to have. So it's again the fixed mindset. People adopt a lot of lifestyles that they're not serving them, and they're not getting them to what they want, and they keep again repeating them. So the response that you are getting gives you a lot of insight whether you need to change something or not. Am I getting it reflected? Am I getting it successfully said to me? Am I getting the right response that I want and the key message that I want to deliver or not? So the meaning of communication is simply what you intend, but also the response you get. So here, speaking about the response and how much we are, going back and dwelling on the same thing, although it's not getting us the things that we wanted to have.
Mm.
Resourcefulness is such an important concept in NLP. It's more of how can you have and see the resources in your eyes rather than seeing the limitations. The internet is a resource. Being now online is a resource. Having your family is a resource. Having your health is a resource. So how much we are looking into everything in our life, is it resourceful or is it resourceless? So this is a very, very important aspect in NLP about the resourcefulness, having a resourceful mind, like, getting the best out of what you have, and achieving optimum experience of whatever you have in your hands. Rather than just looking at limitations or something that I don't have in my mind. So it's really, really helping. It's the mindset. It's a resourcefulness mindset, and it's really helping others to optimize of what they have in their hands, rather than seeing other things that are not serving us anymore. Mind and body form a system, and there are so many now learnings and concepts where mind and body work wonders. So if you're not really happy in the mind and having mental issues and mental health issues, it will definitely affect our body. So the linkage that is explained in NLP about the mind and the body and how they are linked together is very, very empowering. And realizing that everything affects, as we said, our language affects our programs affect our neurological system, and everything is affected and linked together. We can never separate the mind from the body, because it is so much linked, and the results we can see immediately. If we're having a lot of mental health issues, it will reflect on our body with diseases, and we can see that happening with many people. Modeling is another concept of NLP. Is how can you model successful experience? We believe that every successful person on earth, you can do the same like them and be like them. Nothing is limiting you except own beliefs, except not seeing the good thing in the other person or in the other experience. So modeling is doing exactly what the other person is doing, watching them, watching their language, watching their attitude, and doing exactly the same. So we believe in successful experience and how And this is exactly what Cardella is doing now about the IBIS, and how we are women empowering women, how successful women are empowering other successful women and supporting them. So we believe so much in something called modeling. We learn from each other. If we adopt something from the other person, we will definitely reach to this other person's success level. So it's more about the mindset and how we're seeing the good in every person around us. Something very important is there is no such failure. It's only feedback. Every experience in our lives, even the toughest experience, it gives us a lesson. And this concept, when I'm going through a very tough time, I always say to myself, what is the lesson here? What is exactly I can get the benefit out of this experience? How can I make sure that I am really getting the best out of each learning and each experience in our life? I want to give some very I think my friend Afnan has joined us. Afnan, you're here? I have seen her entering.
Hi, Nada.
Hi, Afnan. Great to have you. Thank you, Afnan, for joining us. Afnan is a beautiful coach. She's a good friend of mine, and I'm very happy that you're here with us, Afnan. She's such
I'm happy too. Thank you, Nada.
Thank you so much. One of the very important resourcefulness tips that I'm always saying and speaking about is the gratitude list, is how we form the list of being grateful to everything. And establishing like a journal of gratitude every day in the morning and speaking to ourselves saying, I am grateful to that and that and that and that. You know, having this, even not necessarily writing them, but just reflecting on our health, our family, you know, our friends, being in a good, you know, under one good roof and having a good house. So are we looking at are we grateful of what you have, or just always looking at something that we don't have? Optimism mentor. I always like to find an optimism mentor when I'm feeling down. I always like to assign someone who's giving me always optimistic views. And we need to find these persons in our lives, to have someone assigned for us speaking about looking at the good side of it, you know, and looking at having a good, you know, reflection on what is happening, looking at the positive side out of things and giving us all optimistic views. So I always say, like, it's one of the resourcefulness tips to have an optimism mentor in our life. Positive affirmations every day, saying to yourself that I'm good enough. I really, you know, I can do that. I'm beautiful. I'm healthy. You know, this is so much. It's very important. The positive affirmations every day, really to remind yourself of the blessings and to remind yourself of the thoughts, the good thoughts that we're having, and always saying to yourself that I can do it, you know, I will have this willpower to do it, and forget about the limiting beliefs that we've mentioned, the 10 limiting beliefs. Always, you know, the mental programming is very, very powerful. And this is what I learned a lot about NLP as well, is how you reprogram your mind every day and rewire it to the positive affirmations. Even if you're in your darkest moments, we all have darkest moments, you know, and some stressful times. How can we really give ourselves positive affirmations and make sure that we are getting the best out of the experience and learning from it? The Wheel of Life, it's our favorite in coaching. Here is the Wheel of Life. The today me versus future me. I always look at the Wheel of Life and evaluate all my aspects. Today, if I'm not good enough in my career, okay, but I'm good with the family, for example. I'm giving a lot of credit to the physical part, but forgetting about the social. So one person is a lot of things together. It's not only one aspect in your life. Even if one aspect in your life is not working well, you need to evaluate other aspects as well, giving yourself score in each and every part. For example, the financial, if I'm not good in the financial, but okay, I'm giving a lot of focus now on the family and the intellectual part. So missing one or giving a lot of credit to one another is very important to evaluate this and make sure you have a balanced life. Balanced life is not forgetting about one aspect. No, you have to balance all your life. For example, I cannot be very social, but forgetting all about my physical. And I cannot be very family oriented, but I never see my friends.
Yeah.
You know, and because I can see so many people regretting this. People who focus too much on one aspect, they regret that they miss the other aspect of it. So looking at the balanced life, looking at all the aspects in one life, we are not only career, we are not only finance, we are not only physical, we are a blend of all these together. So having always looking at these and evaluating, especially in toughest time, my family, I'm having trouble in my family, but for example, I'm blessed that I'm having still a good career. I'm blessed that I'm having a social life and friends around me, you know. So it's another big realization of having this balanced life and always focusing on the areas that I need to work on, because this is the future me versus the today me. Am I standing here like focusing on one area? What about the other areas? How can I improve in them, you know? How can I work on the action plan? So it's very, very important to have this balanced life. Internal dialogue is so important. What you say to yourself, the negative self-talk. And we use anchoring methodology. It's a good method and technique of NLP. When we find ourselves speaking too much in a negative way to ourselves, we use something like, for example, you tell yourself, stop, in a loud voice, stop, as if you're telling your subconscious mind, stop speaking like that. Stop telling me like that. You're very aware of your thoughts and how much negative self-talk you're having. This is so important because sometimes we dwell into very negative thoughts, and it's like a pattern coming and giving us a lot of self-talk, especially blaming. And women are very good in blaming themselves, criticizing themselves. Why did I didn't do that? Why didn't I do that for my kids? Why didn't I do that for my home? You know, we women are very perfectionist. Most of us are perfectionist, and we like to have everything balanced in our life. So the self-talk and the self-criticism is so important. How much are we criticizing ourselves versus saying to ourselves that I will do better next time. I'm sure that I did my best, but I can do more next time, you know? So this is so empowering as well in the NLP and the techniques we use to stop the negative and destructive self-talk. By now I'm finished, and I would love to hear your views and how did you find NLP and a lot about NLP that I've shared. Tell me.
Thank you very, very, very much. And it was such a valuable sharing. It was very nice, and everything you shared are so true, and so much. Even the science is saying that everything we think is first a thought, then a belief, and then it becomes, we say the symptom like headache or back pain or heartache, whatever. Yes. Or sometimes basically there are these, like you have mentioned, we always concentrate on the battles, but it's not about winning or losing the battle. It's about losing or winning the whole war, because yes, life is a complete game. So we always say, okay, I'm going to do everything perfect in business. Then we turn back, we find out, okay, you know, I just missed my son's first step.
Yes, yes.
Or either way, you concentrate too much on some school, then you say, oh my God, you know, it was our wedding anniversary. All yes, these things. But at the end of the day, but the only thing is what people I find out don't understand is when I ask you something as a counter person, I don't want to hear your bad comment. I ask you because I didn't say it to myself. I want you to tell me I'm beautiful. I don't need you to tell me you got weight. Okay. Definitely, I stand in the mirror. I ask your kind advice that you tell me, no, you look still beautiful. If you're not going to tell me this, please
Yes,
move
keep
ahead.
it for yourself. Yes.
let's keep the social distance, please.
Very true.
And one thing also I fully liked what you have just said is about this self-criticizing, like you said, and the importance of NLP. This was very nice. I had a moment that I thought, and I was smiling big, as you have seen.
Yes.
Because that my smile that I really don't care. What comes out is every morning I am thankful because I have a day I can recover everything.
Yes.
And for example, I open my WhatsApp. I am in the group, for example, of IVES. I see, Georgina sharing something, or in LinkedIn smiling. And if I don't have anything to do at that day, I can feel her happiness or her smile. I can still find a reason. It's all about
I'm grateful. It's again being grateful to the community we are in. Some people are not in this kind of community, so choosing the right people and knowing that you're the average person of 5 people around you. So choosing the right people to be with and enjoying these kind of small moments that we have every day is something we are very grateful for. I agree with you.
Very true.
And what do you think about these two terms I am now having implemented in my life? It is called the emotional diet, and it's called, I'm going to tell you, and mental fitness.
Yes, very true. Very good.
The mental fitness.
So don't tell me I took the fitness challenge. Okay, it's the mental fitness challenge, because it's about, they say the brain is also a muscle. And all these things you are saying, to have the perception, we have to strengthen the muscle, the resistance.
Yes.
So a lot of exercising, like you have just said, saying I am beautiful, saying I am enough, I am this, I'm that, or, this emotional diet that I am doing. I am not watching anything about any bad, TV series, any bad, sad information, especially news in my country. I'm not watching nowadays. It's not really good. But these two things, I wanted to ask your comment. What do you think on them?
It's very important, as you said. It's a muscle, like each and every muscle in our life, and it's in our body, and it's rewiring them. It's just reprogramming, reframing all your the way you talk to yourself, speaking, how much you evaluate and value yourself with whatever comes. Sometimes you're not happy, sometimes you're feeling down. It's okay to feel down. By the way, I'm not anymore criticizing myself when I'm feeling down. We are human beings, we have this kind of moments, and it's okay to feel down. It's okay, tomorrow I'll be better, I'll get better. It's okay, but we really are perfectionists, really. We love to everything, like to be perfect and everything, like. So it's really the symptoms of mothers and working mothers, and especially even single moms, and every single person, especially in women, we love to be perfectionists. This is really hard in this time, because it must have some drawback on other areas in our life. We cannot do everything excellent. We're learning from it, every time we're learning from the experience to get better in the coming. I'm not the same like 3 years back. Even each and every person of you, we are growing, we are learning, so we have to enjoy this kind of transformations and learning that we're having, and feedback. Agree with you.
I agree.
Yes. Anyone else? Cardella, I would love to hear from you, and other ladies.
Georgina.
I have heard about NLP before, and yes, no, I do agree with you about positive thinking and about, we all have negative thoughts. There is one point I would raise, though, is that it is also very normal in life, and I'm 60 years of age, so I'm probably older than any of you. And what life has taught me in this decade is that it's a learning curve.
Yes.
Every single day, it's a learning curve. And stress and bad days and feeling horrible and grubby is also part of life, as much as joy, happiness, etc., whatever. It's just to the degree that you feel it.
Yes.
If it gets obviously very serious, then you have to seek professional help. But to have a life where you will never have a bad day, never have an off day, never
It's
you
not
ate
right.
too much because you indulged the day before or week or month or whatever, that's also very normal. And I mean, I'm usually extremely, look, I'll tell you, I'll put my video on, it doesn't matter, the place looks like, and so do I look dreadful, but who cares? Right.
You
This
look
is
beautiful, by the way.
in the building site, okay, and in my sloppy joes. One thing I would say is that if I have a day like I have had, to be honest with you, I have been sleeping on the two-seater sofa for the last couple of nights because I've got builders upstairs doing stuff in bedrooms and stuff like that for a week. So husband has one sofa, I've got the smaller one, which is now going to change, and no sleep deprivation, living in a building site, having funny days as well, and cash flow problems and other stuff to do with work, business, etc., whatever. And I woke up this morning and yesterday at 3:34 a.m., could not get back to sleep. And you know what? I had a little cry. And you know what? I felt better afterwards.
Yes. Yes.
I didn't sort of think, oh, poor me, Jesus, why is this happening? I thought, okay, this is where you are right now, but this is going to pass. You're going to come out the other end. You know, I'm working towards 2021 as far as business is concerned. Am I going to make money right now between now and the end of the year? Probably not. But you know what? It's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
I'm putting in place plans for the new year. And so I keep saying to myself, you're moving towards 2021. And on those mornings, early mornings, like, you know, the 4 a.m. and all the rest of it, when I don't feel so great, I just let it be. It is what it is. You know, have that moment, have a little cry. I love a shower. I love water. Water is fantastic for me. Yeah, I'm not a water sign, I'm a fire sign, but I just find water very energizing and refreshing. And whether it's a case of having a shower and letting go in the shower, or getting rid of the day, or going for a walk with your shoes and whatever off in the sea or whatever, and just, you know, grounding myself. Sometimes I have a little garden and I'll go outside and I put my feet on the ground just to, okay, connect with something that's earthy, if you know what I mean. It could be the ground, it could be grass, it could be water, whatever. But I would say that on days when, you know, I'm not feeling so great, I've just learned to go with the flow, accept it. It's part of life.
Yes, very true, very true. Thank you for this amazing
Sorry,
talk. Yeah.
it's a mess.
Yeah.
I can look better. I can scrub up well, but just not today.
Exactly what you said about the, you know, if you see my logo, I put a bird. I love to see birds, and I love to, I can stop my car to see how birds are reacting. And exactly that you said, connecting with nature and making sure that we observe every beauty and everything around us in a good way. It's resourcefulness. It's seeing what we have around us, but not just seeing what we don't have, you know. It's exactly connecting with earth and nature, and this kind of connection that you've mentioned, and grounding. I really believe in it, with the sea and grounding. It makes a huge difference in our life. Yes.
I am a tree hugger, actually. When I feel down, I go at the back of our villa and I just hug the tree.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing to know.
I just felt that if I hug a tree, all my energy goes with the tree. So,
wow. Yeah. Wow, that's a nice technique, Cardella.
Yeah,
wow.
it is.
Yeah, well, they say that trees feel that hug because we're all energy, and trees are energy too.
It is.
So why not?
Yeah.
Georgina, you loving water is because fire is very enthusiastic. The fire signs
Okay.
They love water because the life is all about balancing. So it is actually the enthusiasm that is turning your blood so fast, and the water is just nurturing it. So it is automatically that you find and you seek for balance, because in life it's all about balance. So actually fire signs, they love water, and like Carmela, she likes the wood because she needs grounding. She's all about being grounded.
Well,
And
there
here
you go.
I got my crown, official crown. Whenever I'm down, I put it on, because since age 1, I'm still thinking that one day I will be Miss Turkey. And I say, so it's how we balance. We seek for what we need.
Sure. That's an interesting point. Thank you for that. Thank you.
Yeah. For me, I just want to share to you the reason why I started hugging a tree. When I was in Australia, I was really, really down, and I'm very far from my family. So I was crying and crying. I was walking down the bush, and then I just suddenly hugged the tree as my mom. And then after that, I felt really better. And from that time, I just keep hugging the tree whenever I felt down.
Oh, this is so empowering, really. Yani, it's just something, a technique that you find very interesting for you, and it's really amazing to know that this is even, yani, you're having this positive energy from the tree is something that is really nice.
It's a living thing, so I think it's the energy, as what Georgina said.
Yes, yes, I agree with you. Can we hear from
Hi,
Afnan
ladies.
and Catalina?
Yeah, I just wanted to talk. Hello, everyone.
Hello, Afnan.
It was very nice to hear all of you, and thank you, Nada.
Thank you.
Sorry, I missed all of the talking before.
Yeah,
It's
gonna be
recorded.
recorded on
Very
YouTube.
good.
Inshallah, we'll see it. You'll see it,
Very
Afnan.
good.
How
Thank
do you
you.
get yourself out of the frustration moments, Afnan? Tell us your technique.
Yeah. Actually, showering is good. Yeah, water and reading.
Okay.
I like also to hear some soft music, and there is something I can use in the rough nights. I put the lavender oil on the vapor.
Okay.
Yeah, and it is very relaxing, actually.
Okay. Lovely.
Yeah, what I wanted to add also about frustration, about the bad days, it's very important for you as a person to choose people around you that can give you power and give you hope. So if you are down some days or some moments, you need to call them or communicate them.
Yes.
Don't even think to call anyone who will judge you or who will say negative things about anything in the world. You need sometimes just to hear someone to support you, or to maybe just making you a little bit happy.
Happier, yes.
Yeah. So choosing the circle around you is very important. This is what I am. Yeah.
Agree with you. Yes, we have mentioned this in the optimism mentor. Yes, to have someone to give you always the optimism and the positivity around you, so that when you're feeling down, you can speak to a good friend or a good person or mentor that can give you some positive energy. Yes.
Of course, you can talk to a coach also. Very important.
Thank you, Afnan, so much.
Thank you
so
Nada.
much for sharing this. Catalina, I think, is missing. Catalina?
Hello.
Hello. She's not hearing us, I think. Yes, so as you have seen, NLP is really empowering, and learning more about it, and adopting it as a lifestyle, and adopting this kind of positive and perceptions, different, having this kind of encouraging words to yourself, and your thoughts, realizing and being very conscious of how you think. the consciousness, raising the consciousness of the thinking and how much we are thinking. Today I'm feeling happy, today I'm feeling bad, I will be better, you know, speaking all the time to yourself like this, like you're feeding yourself with words is so empowering actually. And this is exactly what happened to me. And I lost my mother 8 years ago with colon cancer, and I had a huge depression time at that time, and it was very frustrating moment for me. And since I really started to take action and take accountability and responsibility into my thinking style, and going forward to learn something about coaching, positivity, and I pushed myself so hard. Yani I've been procrastinating for years to take this action, but I just took the action and went for the coaching. You know, the coaching. Irrespective of everything, being hearing positive words, going for coaching programs, doing coaching to others. By the way, giving too much, giving, you will find it coming back to you. And I really this helped me so much. When I gave, it came back to me with better energy. So it's a journey of, you know, having the worst moments in your life, how they can be also empowering to you, and you can learn from them. So thank you so much for this amazing session, Cardella, and I look forward to meeting everyone in person, inshallah, as well.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you. That was wonderful.
Wonderful.
Yeah. And see you in the conference.
We will. We will. And if you can bring Afnan with you as well, it might be a good.
Oh, thank you.
Please,
Thank
Afnan, you will join me.
Inshallah.
All right. Thank you, Nada.
Thank you so much. And
thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.